Attention! Gentlemen, ladies, we're here today to discuss one thing.
Sir, shouldn't you be wearing the instructor's armor, not the CF?
Cadet, aren't you supposed to be cleaning out bug shit? Get the fuck out of my drill camp. Helldivers 2 is a game about fighting fascist-loving, hive-minded bugs and communist androids, as well as whatever that is. So believe me when I tell you the tactics in this game go hard, they go hard. We're going to be learning about the shittiest, most garbage, stupid things a cadet like you watching could be doing right now in the most advanced, ridiculous tactics only the most skilled gamers could know of. We'll begin with F tier, then go all the way up to S tier, and we'll be ranking off of how much fun it is. These opinions are all certified factual by Super Earth. I cannot be wrong. Suck my star-spangled dick. Let's not waste any more of your time so you can get back to diving into solo suicide missions. F tier. First up, we have team killing. On purpose. Team killing on purpose is reserved for the legitimate biggest bums ever. It's so bad I didn't even get recording footage for it because I genuinely felt horrible thinking about how a working 9-to-5 father or mother might be playing this game trying to have fun, and if I did team kill them, then I just slaughtered their afternoon for a 6-second clip. That feels horrible, sounds horrible, and just bleh! If you team kill, you're not funny, you're not cool, you probably beat your significant other, and I have zero respect for you. I don't care how utterly stupid your fellow Helldiver is, that reinforcement count is still going down. Next, we have roamers. This is a term I invented for someone who roams the map. Sir, what's a roamer? I just said... Ugh. A roamer is someone who might as well be solo diving. They do nothing for the team, they die, you help pod them back in, and they just run away. Now, actual good roamers complete objectives and side objectives and genuinely help out the squad. But I'd argue that's just good team comp. Anyone can be a roamer, but for it to work, everyone on the team has to be oiled together like a working clog with at least decent communication to be effective. I've had games where my squad has split up and pretty much solo dived, yet pull off a max star run in less than 20 minutes, solely because we'd mark where we went next so someone could go somewhere else. But I've also had games where our reinforcement count goes straight out of our assholes just because a singular dumbass thinks he's good enough to solo fight a Strider with AT mines. Speaking of AT mines, fuck, I hate these things! They don't even work half the time. They don't one-shot tanks even though it's literally called an anti-tank mine. There's better mines, and honestly, in my experience, they just aren't saucy enough to bring in as a stratagem. I've only found use of them in cargo rocket missions because in a controlled line, they're slightly better than normal. Machine gun sentry. Why? Why? I get it if you're new and you use this, but beyond that, it's kinda useless. Just use the autocannon or the Gatling sentry, or better yet, take a shield backpack, or a jetpack, or another red offensive strategy, or... If you use this unironically for anything other than to fuck with your teammates, which isn't nice, I will personally hunt you down,
pin you to the wall, and cut off your foreskin.
And if you're a woman or circumcised, I'll cut off your skin. Orbital Smoke Strike and Eagle Smoke Strike. Honestly, beyond breaking enemies' line of sight, there's not much of use for it unless you're doing a stealth run. To be honest, I don't know why people do stealth runs in this game. It's kind of slow and boring, which is the opposite of the game design, but to each their own. Cool idea, but in a game all about using loud weaponry, ordnance, and overwhelming force, it's kind of a waste of a spot. Diving. You press B or circle twice, and you fall over. Horrible tactic, do not use it. Helldivers subreddit, boob divers. Thank you, Less Witness 7101, great suggestion. And you, Weed Pride, wow, big tit automaton mommies, the second coming of Shakespeare, everyone. Eli, my man, what a suggestion! And side note also, what the fuck is this? This is gonna be a long year. D tier. We get a little bit better here with stuff that is objectively not bad, but just kind of boring. TX41 Sterilizer. It's a remix flamethrower, but without the spice. Is it good? Sure. Is it fun? Maybe. Is it kind of just there? Yeah. It's kind of a safer alternative to fire as it won't spread as easy to teammates, but it kind of takes the fun out of using it. You're telling me you'd rather use a climate-friendly sterilizer to take down your enemies and keep your teammates safe? As opposed to what?
Lighting them on fire and watching them dance like ants?
SH-51 directional shield. Kinda useless. You could get the personal shield or the shield that covers all angles. But sir, the personal shield only covers you, and the force shield has a long recharge rate. Obviously, the directional is the best of both worlds as it's rechargeable and can cover teammates. You'd be right, Olivia. Except no sane person playing Helldivers will stay still and walk in formation. You think these ADHD-infused barbaric baboon-like cretins are capable of the brain neuron capacity to do that? No! Real Helldivers played the game to throw a grenade, step on an anti-tank mine, blow up again, to then blow up one more time with their suicide armor. Are you fucking kidding me, Olivia? How dare you suggest that? But yeah, directional shield can actually be fun if you use it right, but most people don't know how to do that. I sure as hell don't. So on to the next. The regular shield. Personally, I prefer this one as there isn't a cooldown and it can protect you from backshots. Dude, what the fuck are you doing here? Backshot Bill, get the fuck out of here, I'm not talking about you. Anyways, the shield is alright. Like I said, no cooldown, but a big downside is that you can only use one-handed weapons, which sucks. And while we are here, Shield Generator Relay is also D tier. Fun idea, but it's not effective as almost every faction will have an enemy that runs into the bubble forcing you to move, and on a defensive mission, you already have cover, so why use it? Please stop using it. Unless you use it for this tactic, the shield. Take a shield, directional, or ballistic, and relay, and spam it. You and your squad should also run something with anti-grenade type armor, get in a circle, and hold up your shield. I couldn't get anyone to do this with me, but trust me, grab some friends, and you'll probably have a blast with it. Orbital EMS Strike. It launches pretty much an electric burst that stuns enemies and slows them down and deals very tiny damage. Pretty simple, but also kinda compared to other red stratagems. D tier and almost got F tier, but honestly, I'd rather my teammates use this than a fucking Eagle Smoke Strike. The Wasp. The Wasp is designed to be this anti-air and ground armor-piercing weapon that can theoretically shred both medium heavy armor enemies. The problem is you can kill medium enemies, which isn't an issue if you have a good primary anyways. And if you use it against the heavy armor, well, the heavy armor just launches you back into orbit across the solar system to Super Earth, into the weapons department, into the Super Earth engineer that created this awful gun, leaving you both to wonder why that engineer would make a gun that pierced enemies, but did bumfuck nothing once it got in said enemy, and you to wonder why you'd even bring it. It's sad too, because if this weapon could just do slightly more damage, or just mass target multiple enemies, it would be really fun. Which brings me to my favorite rocket launcher, because I cannot contain my excitement. The Airburst. Holy fuck do I love this gun. You can launch it into the sky and obliterates bugs. You can launch it in a general vicinity because fuck everything in that general vicinity, and paired with 50% survival chance at 0 health armor, the dopamine when the launcher launches you backwards across the map hitting every name bone in your body yet you still survive. My god, whoever made this gun, give them an Oscar. S tier. Anyways, back on track. Orbital Walking Barrage. What does this do again? Attacks at intervals, driving enemies out of cover, allowing you to advance. Just throw a 500 kilogram. D tier. AP Mines. Slightly better than AT Mines, mainly because there are more. It's good against personnel, as it's in the name, but beyond that, it's Fortnite Wall. Cool idea, but again, in a fast-paced game all about moving and methododic chaos, having a wall that sits still and does nothing is kinda useless. And it gets ranked the same as the relay shield because you basically can pick if you want a grenade launcher or full cover. B1 Split Deck. Don't get me wrong, extremely good, but not fun. It's cool alone, but later on I'll explain some tactics that can be used in this that makes it so much more fun. One True Flag. Sir, isn't this treason? Is this treason? Honestly, it's extremely cool, but by itself, it's alright. But used in a certain tactic, it's pretty good. Grab a jetpack, find a bug, and jetpack on top of them, plant that fucker deep into their head, and salute until you fall over and get trampled into the dirt you have now solidified as Super Earths. Go flag cop the Hive Lord Cadet, go, go, go! But sir, shut up! Suicide Dive. If you have the armor passive that allows you, jump into a bug hole, and boom. Kinda funny, but gets old soon. C tier. This is where we have some real tactics. Up first, we have the Rover. This one varies in tiers. The laser one is in C tier, mainly because it friendly fires the fuck out of you and your teammates, which can cause F tier tactic team killing to be repeated. Jonathan! Am I boring you?
No, sir. I was just...
Are you trying to piss me off, Jonathan? I will execute you right here!
Yes, sir.
Anyways, the laser rover is just bad in my opinion. It's good, but the friendly fire is so bad. I have lost many solo dives all because I would go upstairs and this little fucker would zzz my run to kingdom come. The other rover, the default, is solid. Good damage, it will rarely friendly fire you, and when it does, you can recover from it unlike this little shit. This gives the default a B tier, and the dog breath gets a similar with a solid B, with it pretty much being an automatic flamethrower and the climate friendly sterilizer I actually like.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
A tactic that can be used with this is what I like to call Green Party Rage Bait. Grab a flamethrower, a gas grenade, a dog breath sterilizer, and incendiary mines, and go absolutely insane on the field. Destroy the ecosystem. Make the enemy inhale pure mustard gas infused with the tears of Jill Stein to make them violently fall over in pain before lighting them ablaze and sending them back to hell. This will get you in trouble with the NOAA and is not Jill Stein approved. You can add on to this tactic with the Flame Sentry. Decent turret, not my personal favorite, but really fun if you want to go the extra mile in ruining the environment. And another tactic you can use to add on to the previous. Oh shit, everyone get down! Napalm Eagle Strike. It's in the name. Launches a line of napalm to really destroy the environment. I personally give this one an A tier, as I really just love seeing the charred ashy remains of an enemy squid as I slowly watch as their meaningless lives are consumed in a The expendable and recoilless launchers. Great weapons, actually incredible, they might be the best, but they're boring. Throw down a stratagem, shoot rocket, oh there it goes. Oh, reload it from the backpack, wow. There are ways to kill enemies of democracy with more swag. And this is a list of how fun these things are to do. And this gets kind of repetitive quickly. Orbital Laser. It's pretty incredible. Probably one of the best stratagems in the game, but that makes it boring. No one liked to just throw down an orb and just see the kill count. Oh. A tier, eat my ass. Airburst Strike and Gatling Barrage. Kinda do the same thing, and they both kind of suck. But they deal damage compared to other orbital stratagems. And Eagle Rocket Pods. Why? Why? Let the Lord Jesus Christ be my witness to say this piece of trash deserves to be an F tier, and the only reason it's in C tier is because it deals heavy damage and can take out maybe one big enemy. If you're lucky. What use is this? Why? Sir, the use is to make a quick and accessible alternative to the rail cannon. This isn't as powerful, but it is close enough. Well, guess what, Hubert? The airstrike does the same fucking thing. The 500 kilogram bomb does the same thing. A weaponized toaster rigged to be a homemade IED could do better than the rocket pods. Fuck out of my classroom. Get out. Go! And now we move on to B tier. Mortar spam. Grab an EMS mortar, regular mortar, optionally the Newport Silo missile, and absolutely wreck the enemies halfway down the field. The EMS mortar works much better than the orbital, as the stun mechanic works incredibly, but it now tracks from where enemies are. And if you have the upgrade, you can mark priority targets to really maximize the usage of the silo. The stunned enemies will be waiting for the other mortar to finish them off, and for good luck, you can add a Gatling or autocannon to sweep them down as well. AM rifle sniping. Grab a hover pack or jetpack, grab the anti-material rifle, and snipe from a high vantage point. It's actually really fun to stay a medium distance behind your team and cover their backs from medium to heavy armor enemies. It's simple, but very satisfying. Don't be dumb though. You'll be rotating a lot, that's why we have the jetpack, so you can move as quickly as possible to another angle to actually stay useful. Orbital Precision Strike. Punch in your stratagem code, toss it up, and you'll have a... It's simple, it's effective, and it's very fun. Pocket Burst. Grab the Orbital HE Barrage, preferably 380, and use an Eagle Strafing run as well as a mortar optionally. The Heavy Explosive Barrage will cause mass destruction in the area while your Eagle pilot swoops in on concentrated areas you miss. The HE Barrage will cause mass destruction in the area while your Eagle pilot swoops in on concentrated areas you miss. If you haven't upgraded Eagle Pilot, this will go much better for you. It's kind of simple as a tactic, but it's very effective and allows you to take on 2 different fights which can be life or death in a high tier solo dive. Having even 15 seconds to just focus fire on one side while your stratagems take out the other will see your kill count go sky high. Commando Launcher. In my opinion, the better version of the expendable launcher. It has 4 shots instead of 1 and has a shorter interval of overall time to get a new one.
But sir, the expendable is 70 seconds, and the commando is 120 seconds.
Did you hear what I said? It has 4 shots. The expendable has 2, which to get the second shot, you have to reroute yourself back to the Hellpod, which might not be an option in stressful scenarios. But you know how you get the best of both worlds? Take both. Missile spam. Missile spam works as follows. Find a fixed location, call down a recoilless, expendable, commando, and rocket turret, and go absolutely apeshit. This is incredibly fun, the chaos goes hard, and for bonus points, bring a nuke pistol. The con is you run out of ammo really quickly, and you pretty much become a sitting duck with only ammo for your primary, which is why this lands in B tier. Incredibly fun until you run out of missiles. Fire. Sir, what? Look beneath you, cadet. This tactic involves using one of humanity's most destructive tools of destruction. Fire. Bring your napalm barrage, your flamethrower, your flame grenades, and even a turret, and turn your enemies to ashes. It's also really fun to get a recon vehicle and use the flamethrower to sweep over enemies and turn them to crisp. It's simple, it's reliable, and it's fun.
So sir, why is it B tier?
It's not. It's A tier.
But sir, you never said we went into A tier.
Yes, I did.
Sir, no you didn't.
Cadet, look beneath you. No. No. Yes, cadet. Yes.
Sir, Super Earth Clause 4276543 says Helldivers are not allowed to gaslight fellow soldiers.
Astute observation, Olivia. But I didn't gaslight.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Cluster fucking. Grab flame mines, gas mines, and throw down an eagle cluster bomb after the mines have been planted. Everything will be cluster fucked in that area. Big kill counts, big dopamine rushes.
I got bad bitches at the crib.
Medic diving. It's a fun challenge that I recommend. Grab your stim gun, supply backpack, and shield relay, and try to do a run where you heal all your teammates and do minimal damage against enemies. As long as you're effective and don't waste reinforcements, your team will love you. Exosuits. They're very fun. You call them in and pretty much destroy everything you see. These things are pretty simple, yet pretty fun. A tier. Quasar sniping. Take rifle sniping or replace it for the quasar cannon. It's a much better alternative with a higher damage output, which results in much more fun. Alright, now that we got those down, let's move to the good tactics. The Omnia. Using the laser rover, yes I know I said it's bad, but ignore that. Grab the double-edged laser sickle, a fire-resisting armor, laser sentry, orbital laser, and laser cannon. Use the laser cannon. When it overheats, switch to your double edge and go crazy. The longer you use it, the higher the damage output gets, and you can take a lot of damage for a bit. If your friend is nice, they can medic dive and constantly heal you so you can become the unstoppable burning sack of flesh that is used to expel enemies of freedom from the galaxy. What a sentence. The Shocker. This tactic, we will use the Stun Baton, the K9 Rover, Arc Thrower, Tesla Tower, EMS Mortar, and Arc Blitzer. This will be most effective against the Illuminate, but still works really well for anyone. The only issue is you lack an effective way to get to close range for enemies, so it works better in my opinion against bugs and squids. If you're clumsy like me around the Tesla Tower, you can use shock-resistant armor, but if not, I recommend light armor so you can be quicker as you'll be doing a lot of diving. A tactic that is way more satisfying than you'd think. The Bomb. Grab a portable hell bomb, nuke pistol, an armor of democracy protects, and the stamina boost, and run straight into the center of enemies with an armed portable hell bomb and your nuke pistol to give you a quick opening. Simple, effective, fun. It is unbelievably satisfying if you survive, which is kind of rare, but if you pull it off and have a bit of luck, you'll hit a clip that scratches your neurons just right.
Sir, these are really risky tactics. What about some safe tactics that will keep Helldivers alive and allow them to have fun?
Great question, Olivia. Grenade spam. Have your whole squad run supply packs, grenade launchers, mortars, EMS, and regular alike, and go absolutely to town. You'll hit high kill streaks while staying moderately safe. If running a higher difficulty, take the nuke pistol to one-shot big guys. The Dutch. Take the Vietnam armor, a heavy machine gun, throwing knives, supply pack, and an M1 Garand. This tactic will involve using no stratagems except the ones to call in the machine gun and supply pack at the start. The goal is to solo dive and only use ammo found on the field to reload your weapons. A fun challenge that, while you may see as limiting, will probably actually improve your skills a lot more than you think. You'll be relying a lot more on hit and run tactics, trying to only attack when needed, and to not waste shots to conserve your ammo. Trust me, once you learn when to and not to take shots, you'll have a lot of fun. But it's also just fun to spray and pray like Dutch and dive around. A tier. Well, that's the video, folks. I hope the tactics are used to your fun and benefit.
Sir, what about S tier?
What?
Where are the rest of the S tiers?
Well, Olivia, the S tiers are really just the tactics we made along the way. The devs have done a beautiful job at making sure pretty much everything in this game is a solid item to use, that is fun and enjoyable.
Hallmark-ass statement.
But I like Hallmark. The fuck is wrong with Hallmark?
Shut up, bird bitch.
Stop right there!
What?
Greeting, cadets. I'll be your instructor.
What happened to... well, you?
Oh, that wasn't me. That was an unexpected variable.
What happens to variables?
They go in the pile, Olivia. Anyways, S tier. I saved my personal favorite team comp tactics and funny meme plays for the last. First off, we have the Ace, the Joker, the Queen, and the King. The Ace. This tactic is flexible. They go from 1 to 11 very quickly. What I mean by this is they can do a little bit of everything. Supply pack, orbital precision strike, or rail counter strike, quasar cannon, turn of choice, and primary choice allow the Ace to go from offense to defense very quickly. I recommend the plasma rifle as a primer as it can be very devastating as fully auto and very accurate as a single fire. The Ace can basically do anything. Take out a big enemy with the orbital and quasar cannon, resupply themselves or teammates with a supply pack, and drop a turret for a basic level defense against enemies. The Joker. The Joker is all about chaos and destruction. Running a personal shield, Eagle 500 kg, orbital laser, and either preferably an arc blitzer or laser weapon. The Joker is able to run around while doing as much damage as possible while also theoretically costing almost zero resources and supplies, except stims occasionally. If the orbital laser takes too long to recharge for you, replace it with an additional Eagle or a different orbital stratagem. The Joker is meant to operate pretty much alone, by drawing attention to themselves by running in close with an arc blitzer or laser weapon, and carefully and precisely throwing down Eagles and other offensive stratagems to maximize your kill count while also having a decent survivability with your personal shield. The Queen. The Queen uses mobility to quickly confuse and control the field. Using a jump pack, machine gun of any kind, flame grenades, preferably impact, Gatling or autocannon, and orbital rail cannon, the Queen can move fast, hit hard, then move again to keep the enemies confused and moving. Using flame grenades mid-jump will cause enough confusion in your localized area to continue your onslaught with machine gun before jumping again. Rail cannons can be used for big enemies in your way, and if you really need the help, Gatling or autocannons can be used to your benefit. If you're like me, you can actually run a supply pack, so when you get low on munitions, instead of draining the team supply if they need it more, you can just slap on the supply pack, get your ammo, and put your jetpack back on. The King. The King is a bulky, impenetrable mountain of support and destruction, using a Gatling turret, mortar, autocannon turret, and spear launcher. The King is able to fortify down a position and uses turrets to spear launcher and to destroy both big and small enemies alike, keeping the team safe as they complete more complex objectives, or even just to rack up some kills. These 4 tactics all come together to form team comp that allows each tactic to operate independently, but also assist one another if the need arises. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Joker, as I like to go crazy on offensive high-risk moments in the game, but modify these tactics to your needs and playstyles however you wish. Car camping. A unique idea for a tactic that I've had that I've yet to try out, but basically, the idea is, you and your team are exclusively only allowed to use mechs and recon vehicles. You start out with 1 recon, you all get in it, and you complete your objectives till it's required for you to get out the vehicle, and then you head back in. Once the vehicles run out of fuel, your other teammate calls down another one. If you run out of reinforcements or a vehicle, the game is over. Drunk diving. The rules are simple. If you're 21 or on private property with parental supervision, depending on state and country law, you take a shot when you enter the map. For every game you win, shot. Operation win is 2 shots. For every loss, half a shot. And preferably start on Super Helldiver, then once you start to suck at the game, lower it down to extreme or hard. And if you have to lower it than that, you should probably stop drinking. This goes without saying, but drink responsibly, and don't drink when you're upset. Only use it as a party tool, and I'd recommend doing it with friends, so if they notice you acting a little too fun, they can tell you to chill out and reach out through your screen and steal your liquor. CF diving. The idea is that you take a base loadout with no stratagems, drop into the map, and that's all you get. No resupplies, nothing. A technically harder version of the Dutch, but what makes this one fun is you try to do city missions and you basically feel less like a Helldiver and more like one of those utterly fucking useless, but very cute CF soldiers. It's a challenge, which to people that don't like challenges, I'm sorry I'm listening to other, but to those like me that enjoy limiting themselves in a game all about releasing creative, organized chaos, this is very fun. So go on, cadet. Use these tactics to your advantage, or probably disadvantage, as I suck at this game, and my advice is probably garbage. And most importantly, don't ever use an Eagle Smoke Strike.